Hello, welcome back. So today I've got a fun project. This is the laundry closet. Now you've seen this in other videos and it's a hot mess, and we're gonna see if I can sort it out in the next few days maximum, but maybe all today. I don't know how much work it's gonna be, but so it's a mess. So if you're new here, hi, I'm a professional home organizer. You wouldn't be able to tell by the state of the laundry closet, but I am. And the life has just gotten out of hand a little bit. And this is our beautiful laundry closet in our lower level of our home, and it is kind of a mess. We have Samsung washing machines, which does mean we do get deforrella at the end of every cycle. It's also just kind of a useless space at this point. My husband doesn't use the dryer for a lot of things, so he has to have a drying rack, which is actually out right there with jeans on it. I'm actually going to bring those upstairs because they've been down here for days. And I'll show a picture of what it looked like when we moved in. It's always had alpha shelving in it, but it's always been kind of bad design alpha shelving. So I've redone it once, and it's just okay. And I'm gonna redo it one more time. I do have extra alpha parts in the storage room, so we're gonna see if I can work any magic, but I just want it to look a little more glam, and I want it to be a storage space for cleaning products because we just don't have a place to put that aside from our storage room. And in the storage room, I kind of want to get away from keeping cleaning products in there and toilet paper and stuff. I just want to maybe just shove them in here. I feel like this is the cleaning product storage place since we're cleaning things in here anyway. Anyway, let's go on a little tour. Hopefully this mic doesn't get too dysfunctional. Okay, I'll turn the light on. This is the closet. I don't know if I'm gonna keep the shelving exactly the way that it is right now, but we also had our contractors put in this shelf, and it's really beautiful. I wanted him, well, I asked him to paint it white, but now I'm like, it's fine if it's just birch. So I was going to match it with the same birch color, but this is white, so I think I may change these to be birch. I have some birch colored contact paper, and it works really well, but it's kind of hard to do that. The overall environment is also quite dirty. Like, everything needs to be cleaned, so I will do that as well. Look how dirty. Look how just dirty and disgusting it all is. I also have wallpaper. I'm not really sure if that's going to happen, but it might. I think it'll be kind of cute if there's this nice gold and black wallpaper inside. Not the entire length of the wall, but maybe like just halfway. I don't know if I can do it or not. And there's this weird board over here. I don't know if I'm gonna keep that there or not. I feel like I am, but I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to see if I can also work with the door. We did have a lot more of those baskets on both sides of the door, and then I had this like sort of rolling basket that was hanging here the whole time. I bought it when we moved into this house 4 years ago. We've never used it. Literally never used it. I'm gonna give it away because we just don't use it. I thought we were gonna use it because our bedroom's upstairs and this is downstairs, but we just ended up using it, so I'm just gonna chuck it. So I'm gonna add more baskets and maybe take that upstairs to my closet. I'm not really sure. So I'm excited to finally be taking this on because I've been putting this off for at least, like 4 months. It's so bad. It's so bad. All right, let's do it. If you didn't watch my last video, you don't know that I've been on a journey to completely overcome or like do things in spite of a crippling sense of perfectionism. The more time that passes between the time I actually start something and the time I intend to start something just makes it worse. So I've been working on this in my mind since March, and I've never come up with a perfect plan. And so I'm just gonna I'm just gonna do it, and it's gonna be messy. So as you can see here, the whole thing is kind of a mess. Like, it's disorganized. What is all of this stuff? And that thing that we've not been using. And plus, behind to the right, you can see we've got lots of stuff where we're giving away, where it's like works in progress. So that little corner of our second living space is very messy. Just ignore it, okay? We're working on it. Anyway, the most satisfying thing ever is vacuuming up stuff, and this was either laundry detergent or OxyClean. I don't know how it got so messy, but it was satisfying to vacuum it all up. I still love this little Dyson vacuum we got in 2020. I remember when I unboxed this on my channel 5 years ago, and still works great. I've had to replace a couple of parts, but I definitely believe in repairing items instead of just replacing them, because child, that thing was expensive. It should last longer than 5 years, you know? Just give me a new battery, just, you know, fix the clogs, give me all the things. Just be fixing stuff. I be fixing stuff. I think it drives my husband crazy a little bit sometimes when I just want to be fixing stuff, like our dishwasher. We've replaced a bunch of pieces inside of our dishwasher, and I just insist on fixing things, because I'm like, why replace the whole thing when it still works? It just needs, you know, a piece here and there. And yeah, maybe eventually we'll buy a new dishwasher, but honey, if it still works, we're going to be using it. I remember doing this and taking out all of the shelving and just kind of tearing this place apart. And I took off that board. It was really hard for me to take off the wall, actually. I don't think that I was able to take the standard that was on it off yet. I think the way that they designed those things at the Container Store, it's really hard to do it. All right, maybe another time, but I absolutely cannot get back there with this to like smooth it out without like standing on that shelf, and I don't think I'm allowed to do that. So that's gonna have to be something from another time. But yeah, unfortunately, but I don't think it's gonna kill this project. So I've gotten all the shelving down, and we're gonna reallocate it to be better. Okay, let's do this. I'm already tired, by the way. There I am trying to figure this all out. Now, the thing about this project that made it a little bit tricky is that I bought that pant rack for this project just because I needed somewhere to hang towels when I brought them down to the laundry room, and I'll tell you about that later when I describe the project. But I was working with stuff I already had. And being an ex-Container Store employee and having taken Alpha from my old apartment and having come in to a place where there's new Alpha, I had a lot of extra pieces, and I was only working with pieces I already had. So I was trying to figure stuff out. I'm really good at this, actually. When I worked at the Container Store, I used to design these closets, and it was a fun combination of like math and design and talking with people. And figuring it all out for me, though, is often a little bit trickier because, yeah, I know my own needs, but I'm not working with like an unlimited amount of stock. I'm just working with the stuff I already have. So I had these extra white shelves, and I just couldn't figure out what I wanted to do exactly. And I was just like, I need to just keep it nice and simple. I've been trying to overcomplicate this entire project the entire time, both in my head and in real life. And as I've gotten older, I'm 47 now. I remember I started my channel when I was maybe 38, 39, I don't know. Anyway, I did a lot of complicated things. And this project didn't need to be this complicated. Like, I didn't need to have hanging space there. Like, just because it could have happened doesn't mean it's something I needed to do. Like, shelving on that wall, like, it's a good idea for hang a shirt, dry it. It's just not necessary. You don't need to do that. When am I doing that? Never. My husband is never hanging stuff like shirts in there. He's drying shirts in the dryer, or he's taking them to the dry cleaner. He's only drying his jeans, which you can see right there. So I was like, what did I really need that for? What did I really need to dry in there? Towels. That was the perfect thing. The gliding pant rack was the perfect thing. So this is just me reminiscing and ruminating on overcomplicating projects. Don't do it. Keep it simple, sweetie. Just do the KISS method. We used to say keep it simple, stupid, but I guess that's self-deprecating. So we'll just say keep it simple, sweetie, just to be nice to ourselves. Okay. I don't know how long it's been, but it's almost 3 o'clock, and I've basically taken most of the shelving out of there because I believe that simpler is better, and I don't need to have, it doesn't need to be crammed in with stuff. So I'm not super organized right now, but I think I'm gonna stop for today for my own like physical health and mental health as well. But I thought I'd show you what was going on, and Clover came down to find me as well. What do you think, sir? Do you like it? What do you think so far? No thoughts? No thoughts. Just vibes. Okay. What do you think? Do you need to go on second walk? Do you need to go on, you need to have like a little pee break? We're going to leave this a mess until tomorrow, okay? All right, we'll see you later. I didn't film, but later that day I actually came back and finished my project in terms of like shelving and organizing. So the last thing that needed to be done was actually cleaning the machines and cleaning the area around the machines. It had been so long since I had done this. I'm kind of embarrassed about how long it's been since I've done this, but again, life was lifing in 2025 and I have not been able to keep track and keep up with all of my chores because of exciting things happening, but also, you know, just going through some stuff. And when you go through stuff, sometimes your life can be a little bit chaotic and it can sort of bleed into your home. So I am obsessed with the steam cleaner. There are a number of things you can clean with your steam cleaner, but your appliances or the front of your appliances is one of them. And it's so satisfying because it helps to instantly just get up some like nasty, not baked in, but you know, like a dried on grime and dust. And so you can just wipe it away. It's so great. And even in little tiny crevices, like the little hinges and crevices in your machine, you can get all of that stuff up and not have to, and just wipe it away. I love this machine. Again, you have to be careful when you use it because A, it's very hot and you could burn yourself. And B, you can't use it on things like wood and other things that will, you know, it'll harm the surface. So be careful where you use it, but it is a very good cleaner, especially for appliances or cleaning up things that are really tough plastic or metal. The inside of this detergent cup dispenser, whatever this is, was disgusting. Now my camera's being rude and won't focus on the dirt, but you can see there's a little bit of disgusting dirt in there. And look, it like melts. Well, it doesn't melt it away because it does fling the dirt to places, but it liquefies it a little bit so that you can wipe it away with a microfiber towel or a paper towel or whatever you need to do to wipe it away. And it sanitizes everything in the process too, which is also really handy. Not that I'm super worried about sanitizing anything really here on this washing machine, but that's a nice perk, you know. But the detergent cup was disgusting. It was disgusting, and every now and again it needs a good clean, even though you feel like you're like, is soap dirty? Yeah, because you know, if your bottle of shampoo is dripping on stuff and eventually it dries and like it's nasty, that's nasty. So it was very satisfying to clean this up and to wipe most of it away. I might even go back there later and do like a really, really good job on the detergent cup. I know that you can completely remove this detergent cup or dispenser, but unfortunately our machines are in front of the door jamb and I cannot take it all the way out, which is very irritating. I didn't design it that way. I don't know why it was designed that way. Like, why not just smaller machines? Why not make the door bigger? I don't know. If it were me and I were starting from scratch in this home, I would definitely be more mindful of these designs because the doors to the machines don't open all the way either. Because look, you can see the door. The door opening is not wide enough to accommodate it. Anyway, it's fine. All right, so after a few days of toiling, we have a completed laundry closet. I'm so excited. One of my biggest takeaways from doing this project, especially in 2025, was that it's okay to learn and grow and kind of change your initial thoughts on a few different things. I feel like less is definitely more when it comes to spaces like this. And the shelving that was on all three walls just didn't make sense. It was cumbersome. It felt really It gave me a little bit of claustrophobia. It was too overbearing. I was trying to fit too much in here. And the things that I was putting in here, I didn't really need to have in here because I really wanted it to be a purpose closet for laundry, drying the laundry, folding the laundry, and holding extra cleaning supplies, which overflowed from where I was keeping them upstairs in the kitchen, and a couple other things. And that's it. So let's go on the tour of the closet. By the way, if there are products in the video, which there are products in this closet that you can buy to organize your space, or products, other products. I will link them down in the description below. They will be affiliate links that will support my work here on YouTube and help you organize your life for free. So if you would like to support the channel, click on those and shop from there. Okay, let's go into it. Okay, so I think overall it turned out pretty good. Now, what I ended up doing is taking off the shelving on that wall and on that wall just completely. Even if it was like utility boards and stuff, it was trying to do too much. I did leave the top tracks up there. I didn't take them down just in case I change my mind later or want to use utility hooks or something, which I think might be not a bad idea, but I just decided that it was just doing too much. And I don't mind that I didn't put wallpaper up in this space. I think that the gray is totally fine, very simple. And I also don't mind that I didn't change the color of the shelving from white to birch. I think it also works fine, and it complements with the beautiful hyacinth baskets that I chose. So let's go on a tour. I'll start you way up here. This is just full of extra first aid stuff, and it's really not important. You don't want to see in there. It's not important. Anyway, this is extra trash bags, wash bags for if you have something really delicate. There's fabric cleaning things inside this bin, and then there is the carpet cleaner for the carpets. Right below this shelving is an Alpha pant rack. Now, why is that there? I love to wash towels, and sometimes when I wash towels, they're wet when I go and put them down into the laundry. Maybe I've cleaned up a mess, I have just cleaned, and there's like grease and stuff all over the towel. I don't want to throw it right into this towel hamper, which that is full of, it's for like when I clean my microfiber towels, because those go in a separate laundry load. They don't go in with the rest of my laundry. So I don't want to throw a wet towel right in there. That's disgusting. So I want to dry it first. And this pant rack was perfect for the job. It also pulls out like that, and it was on sale at the Container Store, and I was like, hey, I already have shelving, I might as well grab it. And so I'm really excited about it. And if I want to, I can definitely hang a shirt on it. If I need to air dry a blouse or anything I need to air dry, I can definitely put it there and dry it right in this room and not have to worry about taking up too much space out here in the we have a second living room. That's where this is. Anyway, that is my husband's. I don't think he's ever used it, but I mean, I guess he can keep it, but it's to clean baseball caps. Anyway, and this is basically stuff that I use in the dryer, and smartly, I think, I put it next to the dryer because this seems like the place for it. It's these little woolen dryer balls and some essential oils, just in case I want to put some essential oil on the dryer ball, because make your clothes smell really good. And a little container for the lint from the dryer. I've gotten a couple of comments saying, like, why do you have a separate container for the lint when you can just take it to the trash? I'm not gonna do that. This gets emptied once a week when the trash gets emptied, and that works for us. So you do you in your home. You do you. On this side, we just have extra hangers. My husband is an air dryer of jeans and pants, and so that is basically his air drying contraption. And just on this big shelf where you can fold clothes now, because there's nothing here, it's just, we've got oxygen bleach, which is essentially OxyClean, and then we normally have washing pods, like laundry pods, but we're out of pods right now, so got to put that on the grocery list. But usually we have pods. We have like unscented pods, and then maybe scented pods, because, you know, variety is fun, but we have zero, so gotta put that on the grocery list. And I did clean both of the machines, and it was very, 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 very satisfying. And I do have a Samsung machine, and it does sing Di Forella by Schubert at the end of every cycle. So does the dryer, and it's very satisfying. If you don't know Di Forella, wait till the end of the video. You're going to be surprised or delighted. I don't know. Anyway, it's really important that if you have a front load dryer like this, that you leave the door open after the cycle so that this and everything in the inside can dry out. Because what happens is there's mildew and stuff that can grow if you just close the door after the cycle. And the door doesn't really stay open if you just have it cracked. I mean, if you open it all the way, then of course it stays open. But this dumb little device is one of the best things I've purchased for this, and it's almost automatic pilot now. So when I take my clothes out of the washing machine, put them in the dryer, and I have no other load to go in, I take this off of this basket or this wall here. That's where I put it because it's magnetic. And I put it right there, and boom. It keeps the door cracked and everything dries out, and it's one of the best inventions I think I've ever purchased for my home. And I think it's very inexpensive too. I mean, it's kind of a dumb product, but it's incredibly useful. The other thing that I have purchased that is incredibly useful, like I don't think I've talked about this product on my channel before, but oh my gosh, is this one of the most useful things I've purchased for my home. And this is the Jovi water leak detector. I have 4 of these in my home in various places, and if water drips onto the floor and the floor is wet, this alarm will go off. I'll get a notification on my phone, and it's loud enough for you to hear but not super annoying, but it will tell me, and if I'm not, and this has happened on a number of occasions, and for some reason, I'm going to turn the camera around to tell the story. For some reason, when I'm away on gigs, like singing gigs, I'm out of town and my husband is home, the alarm goes off. Like there's water disasters. The first time it happened, it was, what was the first time it happened? Oh, it was the water heater. We have a water heater in our storage room where the HVAC is. And it turns out it wasn't the water heater that time, it was the HVAC. And I had to call my husband and be like, hey, the water alarm's going off downstairs, can you see what's going on? And we had to get the HVAC people out to repair it. Again, thank goodness. The second time it happened, I was out of town on a gig. Again, I was in New York and the washing machine one went off. And I called my husband, I was like, hey, the washing machine alarm's going off. There's water in the basement. Sure enough, there was water in the basement. It wasn't the washing machine at that time. It was actually like coming from over there because there was a pipe that had burst for our neighbors. We have upstairs neighbors. Our neighbors' hose for the garden, and it was leaking into our unit. Love that for us, and he had to deal with that. Great. And then another time, I was out of town for a gig. I was in Maine. You cannot make this up. And the water heater alarm went off. And I got on my phone. I'm like, hey, the water heater alarm's going off. Like, what's up with that? Turns out that one was the water heater. My husband and I got into a little bit of a scuffle because I said it was kind of an emergency. He's like, oh no, they're coming tomorrow morning. I'm like, tomorrow morning might be too late. So we solved it, and unfortunately, we had to get a new water heater. I hate to tell you that, but that water leak detector by Jovi has saved us many, many times. Needless to say, sometimes this washing machine, before it was cleaned, some of the water, if the door's not closed all the way, the water can sneak out and get onto the floor, and then the alarm goes off. And usually it's nothing, but you never know. So anyway, I will link it down in my Amazon storefront. It is so incredibly useful. You can put one under your sink, you can put one next to your water heater, put one anywhere where there's potential for a leak. It's better to know before it gets too bad. There you go. They're not sponsoring me. I wish they were, but one of the greatest things I've ever purchased, hands down. On the sides, we've got the Alpha door and wall rack. Now, we only have it going down this much because of the door opening situation, and I'm totally okay with that. But I had this tiny little utility board. By the way, they've discontinued some of these products, why? But anyway, hopefully, if they're still available, I'll link them down below. But I love the Alpha door and wall rack. It's so useful. It has all of my fancy laundry soaps in it. And yes, we do have the Laundress fancy laundry soaps available. I love these. They make laundry just a little bit more tolerable because I don't know about y'all, but I hate doing laundry. And on the other side, we do have another Alpha door and wall rack, which we have extra cleaning stuff. We have the iron that we hardly ever use and an ironing board. We've got my steam cleaner, which I am obsessed with. This thing is amazing. I will link this exact one down below. I got it from Amazon, but I feel like all of them are very similar. It's just a steam pressure cleaner. You can get it at like Home Depot. They're great, totally worth it. We've got extra cleaning supplies. I mean, Mrs. Myers is that girl. We love Mrs. Myers. I also have extra Scrub Mommies and Scrub Daddies because we love that. And I have extra Lemmy Shine. This is a product I highly recommend. You can clean your dishwashing machine. What's that? The dishwasher, your laundry machine, and other things. You can just drop a little, like, it's a packet of cleaner and you just run the cycle and it cleans the machine. So if you have not been cleaning machines, especially like dishwasher or washing machines, I highly recommend every once in a while. Just don't not do it. Don't not do it. Car washing stuff is in that basket, and then we have extra toilet paper. So that is our entire laundry closet, and I think simpler is better. Oh, we have this little like laundry guide here. I'm not sure, it's magnetic, so I can, you know, just pop it up there. It was on this board before. I'm not really sure where I got this. I feel like I got it at the Container Store, but I will do my best to link it in the description because I get questions about it all the time. It is really cute, but I will be honest, I hardly ever look at it because I'm a very lazy laundry doer. I hope this was satisfying and maybe gave you some inspiration for your own laundry closet. I mean, I feel like less is more. And I've had a number of laundry closets over the years. This one has to be my favorite. I've never been lucky enough to have enough space to have a laundry room, but this is pretty close. And I'm pretty happy with it. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who might like it, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye. I almost forgot about the Di Forella Schubert theme. That is the ending jingle for these machines. I'm embarrassed to do this, but it's a real song if you don't know. It's by Franz Schubert. It's called Di Forella. It's called The Trout in English, and it's about a fish and a fisherman. And they like have a whole battle, and the fish gets away in the end. Spoiler alert. But if you didn't know it was a real song, it is. Here's it on Accompanist, which is like a app that you can use to like have classical music backtracks and sing over them. So this is not my best singing, but I'm gonna sing you the first verse of Die Forelle. Here. In einem Bächlein helle, da schossen Fülle Eil, die launische Forelle vorüber wie ein Pfeil. Ich stand an dem Gestade und sah in süßer Ruhe des muntern Fischleins Bade in klaren Bächlein so. Des muntern Fischleins Bade in klaren Bächlein so. And then your machine goes do 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 do, and it's over. So there it is. That was the first notes out of my mouth all day. Don't judge, okay? I haven't warmed up. Just leave me alone, okay? Anyway, you're welcome.